Next question is from Philip. He says, I am authoring my 10-book bookshelf of inspirational Christian fiction and nonfiction ebooks and novels, initially all on Kindle. How do I find my reader, audience, buyers in that market? Also, should I seek a publisher for a contract?
Okay. So this is sort of a theme on the response that I've given previously. But let me see if I can put a finer point on it for you, Philip. And that is, you find somebody that already has a following, right? And you piggyback, you plug into their network. How? Again, you ingratiate yourself with that person. You do things to help that person, and you nurture and develop a relationship with that person. And there was something that Robert Cialdini wrote about in his book Influence, and that's called the principle of reciprocity. And when you do things for other people, many times, without them even understanding or really getting why, they feel obligated to help you back, without even asking for them to help you back. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why it's really, really important not to go cap in hand to somebody and ask them essentially sight unseen, without ever meeting you, without ever doing anything for you, to ask them to do something when they don't even know you, right? That's a recipe for disaster. Okay, so again, be helpful. Try to help them and build their community, and then they will. Not every time, obviously, but over time, with enough people, you will get people that resonate with you and your message and the way you do things, and those are you just need one or two to some decent sized players with some decent sized followings themselves to really establish you. Okay, and that's essentially how I did it. I mean, if I went back and I looked at how I was able to build what has now become a very, pretty, for a 3-person business here, we do really, really well. I mean, 7 figures a year, and that's pretty good for a 3-person company. And the way I did that is I wrote a really good book. It happened to be on cruise ship speaking. Okay. Back in 2004, and people were able, some speakers, some speaker trainers, actually helped me and promoted me in the early days, and I can tell you who did. It was Tom Antion, my friend Tom Antion, and James Malinchak. They both, way back in I think 2006 and 2007 now. They were promoting my Speakers Cruise Free product, and I was able to go from a list of several hundred people with my own efforts to several thousand pretty much overnight, but with people like that helping me, and I'm very grateful for the help that I got, and I consider it to be a sacred trust, not only that I have with you all, but that I have with people that have helped me along the way. Okay, because if somebody gives you exposure and promotes you, you are essentially their ambassador, right? It reflects on them going forward. So that's also an important paradigm shift potentially, or foundational element that you need in place before you actually make those sort of big plays. Okay, so I hope that's helpful and answers your question there.